discoveries quite a bit. And this is something he wrote back in 2009. And the summary of it all, it says bacteria feed on dying, sickly cells. The same goes for sin. If we are not keeping our souls healthy, sin can easily enter in and take over. And our subject for today, we're going to be talking about sin in the divine hour, and what is sin, and that the different aspects that may come out of what happens when we sin, and understanding the definition of it. Now, when it comes to sickness, it says when it comes to sickness, there is a question that causes the principle of truth to open up before our eyes. Do flies cause garbage, or does garbage cause flies? Of course, the answer is that garbage causes flies. Here is a deep and profound principle underlying both the disease process and the whole sin and the hold sin has. Let me illustrate relates to the disease process. Bacteria and viruses are opportunists. They search for food to sustain themselves, just as we do. The key is that they only feed on things that are dead or dying. They do not feed upon healthy substances, such as healthy cells in the body, but they will have a feeding frenzy if there are sick or diseased cells in the body. Most of us have grown up with the theory that bacteria cause disease. We are taught that anyone can catch a cold if a bacteria or virus just happens to catch us off guard. But this is not so. Yes, a bacteria can find its way down the throat of a healthy person, but when it finds nothing to feed upon, when it has no reason to be in the body because there is nothing to feed upon, it is promptly destroyed or expelled by the immune system. But if you are an individual who has the wrong diet and lifestyle, you have created a wonderful restaurant for infectious disease to eat at. God never designed us to be feeding stations for bad bacteria, but when we disobey the health laws that God set up for our benefit, we create a place where those laws work against us. On the spiritual side, when we hold on to thoughts that we should not be holding on to, we create a toxic spiritual environment conducive to the presence of sin. It is feeding your mind with substances that will give evil something to feed upon. Now we know what is 9/10 of disease. 9/10 is in the mind. So how much did that leave? 1/10. 1/10. Okay? You keep that in mind. 9/10 of disease starts in the mind. That only leaves 1/10. And keeping the health laws, eating like we should, and it be, you're just looking at 1/10. Because what happens when we feel that something's wrong with us? What happens? You worry, you get anxiety, and what does that do? Bring your immune system down. Okay? So we got to realize that. We have to keep a merry, cheerful heart at all times. Right? Now, just like the bad bacteria, Satan cannot just enter a life and wreak havoc with that life unless he has a reason to be there. It is the wrong kind of thinking and acting that creates the perfect habitat for the enemy of Christ to dwell in. We prepare ourselves for this soul-destroying guest through the inappropriate use of our 5 senses. Our senses are the only avenues through which Satan can destroy us. Interestingly, our 5 senses are also what God uses to seal us for eternity with him. So we know what the 5 senses are. They have to be guarded at all times. At all times. Oh, Sister McCoy, if you have a comment, you wait on the mic so they can hear you.
I just have a question.
Well, the question, they want to hear your question.
Okay. You said we know what the 5 senses are. Can you repeat them?
Oh, I need to repeat?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we have our sight. Y'all help me. That's one. we have our hearing, we have our taste, we have touch, and smell. That's the 5 senses. If he can't get in through any of those, we're gonna be all right. But if we allow one of them for him to enter in, it's gonna be problems.
So with taste.
Oh, hold on now. We got a mic. So, okay, well, go ahead and then Sister McCoy.
No, I was just gonna say, and notice, all of them are on your face except for one. But then still, you can put deep things on this and put it up to your face, which
Yeah.
causes.
Your touch. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
So,
Hold on now. Y'all get used to the mic now. You know, people want to hear the question.
so the mouth is one of the avenues.
That's right.
to our soul. So is that not just what we eat, is what we say, our words also?
That's right. Amen. Now, our 5 senses are very much involved in our food choices as well. If it smells good, we want to try it. If it tastes good, we want more of it. If it has a wonderful chewy texture, we desire it. If we see that it looks tempting, we get hungry for it. And that's what, I remember, sight. If you see something and it smells good, you don't know if it's good for you or not, but you see it looks good and it smells good, what starts happening?
Your saliva.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You be like, oh man, your mouth start watering. You got to take a handkerchief or something and wipe your mouth. And that's what happens. If it has a nice sizzle on the pan, we become interested in it. But our 5 senses should never be consulted without input from our marvelous God-given thinking apparatus. We need to ask, if I eat this, what kind of flesh will it make? How will it affect my health? Will it make healthy cells sick or make sick cells healthy? Will I be creating an environment for bad bacteria to live in, or will they find me inappropriate for their dining habits? It is the same principle for our spiritual life. What kind of mind will I develop by reading this book or article? What kind of thoughts will enter my mind if I watch this movie? What kind of emotions will be stirred by the listening to the particular music? What will happen to my cognitive processes by eating stimulating foods and beverages? So what we hear, what we're reading, I would pray that none of us have these popular magazines that probably used to engage in back years ago. You know, like the Essence or the Ebonies and the Jets. You know, because I remember a lot of men used to look for that Jet Beauty of the Week. You know, we shouldn't have anything in our homes now, and especially for our children. And be very careful what's in our home for our children too to read. It should be the Bible, Ellen G. White, and all spiritual content needs to be taken out, and what they're feeding on in social media. We have to get a hold of that. Even us as old people, but especially young people, because they're destroying their minds rapidly. That it is, I mean, young, the minds are gone, and the world know what they're doing. You know, but so you got to be mindful of what they're doing. Now, it says, when we look at the whole picture, our choices, both mental and physical, will seal us for life or death. Certain foods not only create diseased cells, but they also create diseased brain. If the body is sick, so is the brain. They cannot be separated from each other without death. This illustrates the fact that diet is a salvational issue. Now, remember we talked about that last Sabbath. Is it, or is it not? Okay. All the things that we've read thus far, diet is a salvational issue. That we're not going to fight about it. You know, people have to make their own choices, but it is salvational. So don't be ashamed that you're a Seventh-day Adventist and you should not be eating meat, dairy, those different things. Don't be ashamed of that. You should, when it talks about showing receipts, right? So if you consume the right foods, have the right lifestyle that we should have, then the receipts that you can show is receipts that you don't have by keeping going to the doctor, all these different things, the cancers and the diabetes and all the different things. You won't have the receipts like that, okay? But when you have plenty of receipts, a pile of them, and they're piling up more and more, there's something you have to change. And we actually are the ones that's supposed to be letting the people know and be able to show that we don't have any receipts, and we show them why by the lifestyle that we have and how things are going to be different if you make those changes. It's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. It's a condition that the mind needs to be in for the heart to be able to feed off of and be healthy. If the heart is healthy, what else is going to be healthy? The body and the mind is going to be healthy. I mean, we should be walking, living examples of it. I mean, that's right. Be the light. How many of us have schoolmates? We're older, younger, what have you, and you see some of your schoolmates, you like, whoa, what's going on? What has happened? You can see this. The difference is the life that they have led, and they might be 60, but they're looking 80, and they might be on. I was amazed when I was listening that there's so many older people, 60 and above, on 10 to 50 different medications a day. A day. When they go to the appointments, they have a bag.
Inner people.
You
can see that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's still
Yeah.
so dependent on
Yeah.
medicine.
And see, the thinking is, if it's not salvational, or they don't think it, they try to convey that it's not salvational, you see the results of it. That's what you see. Now, I'm at here. Okay. This illustrates the fact that diet is a salvational issue. If we restrict our brain's function through what we have eaten, we have restricted our ability to comprehend spiritual matters. Chocolate. What does chocolate do to the brain? What does it cut off? It decreases the blood flow to the brain. So why would anyone want to eat it?
Is that word you say?
Huh?
The word?
What?
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Oh, chocolate. Okay.
Chocolate. So why would anybody want to eat it if you know that? Besides being real good and tasty. No, I'm not trying to be funny, but if you know it restricts blood flow to the brain, why would you eat it? If you know that. I'm talking about if you know, right? It's addictive.
Because of caffeine.
Right, the stimulants. Yeah.
And they say it keeps them going, but after a while it crashes you.
Oh yeah, that's just a instant gratification, and then you crash. Next thing you know, you can't even wake up or walk. Don't be driving. Okay. Now Jesus said, "The prince of this world cometh and have nothing in me." John 14:30. There was no sin in Christ's life that Satan could use to gain access to him. There was nothing for Satan to feed upon. This is the condition that Christ followers ought to be in when he returns. Their sins have gone beforehand and have been blotted out. They cannot be brought to mind by themselves or the devil. When we treat our bodies right by following the laws of health, our bodies are cleansed from disease, so that when bad bacteria comes to us, come to us, they have nothing to feed upon. God's original plan for our diet is the best for keeping our bodies in a sinless state. The Apostle Paul said, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercy of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. Enjoy the 5 wonderful senses that God has given us, but do not detach them from the brain before use. Otherwise, sin will have something to feed upon. And we're going to further expound on sin during the divine hour. And I want to read this statement here from the book TSB, page 153, paragraph 2. It says, even ministers who claim to believe the truth are only blind guides if the truth is not enthroned in the heart. And a thorough transition from darkness to light has not taken place. They are clouds without water. I urge upon you, if you care for your own eternal welfare, the positive necessity of having the truth enthroned in your heart, for then its principles will sanctify your character. Now, you have talked over matters as you view them, that the communications from Sister White are not all from the Lord, but a portion is her own mind, her own judgment, which is no better than anybody else's judgment and ideas. This is one of Satan's hooks to hang your doubts upon, to deceive your soul and the souls of others who will dare to draw the line in this matter and say, this portion which pleases me is from God, but that portion which points out and condemns my course of conduct is from Sister White alone, and bears not the holy signet. You have in this way virtually rejected the whole of the messages which God in his tender, pitying love has sent to you to save you from moral ruin. We in this movement have been given all the light that is needed. And as we accept the light, receive it, and live it, we are to share it. We should be excited to go share it.
Okay.
Tell you the truth, but we don't need to find any hooks to hang things that we don't want to do on. Now, Sister McCoy, you got to close them. Just get the note, please. Get the mic. I'm sorry.
Okay, when you were reading that, so was that talking about those who want to reject the spirit of prophecy?
Yes, that's right. It said that some say that, okay, they'll say, oh, that's right. Okay. So Ellen White is inspired. But then soon as they may say you still eating eggs or something, or drinking milk, and there's a statement about eggs and milk, oh, she's not inspired. You see, they pick and choose.
Okay.
If they don't want to, give it all up, they pick and choose. A lot of people say that health, what is it? It's not a. They say it's not a salvation issue, but it's nothing that we should be when we fellowship, right? It talks about when we fellowship together, it should be no point of contention, and it shouldn't be, but it still doesn't change the fact that it's a salvational issue. I mean, if a person wants to choose to do it, they have everything presented to them, and they still want to do it, sin lies at their door, and that's what happens. So that's why you're picking and choosing. What is inspired and what's not inspired. You don't want to go down. No, none of us want to go down that rabbit hole. None of us, because a lot of people are doing it right now. Oh, go ahead. Get the mic.
Yeah, I'm going to point Revelation, which we know.
Mm-hmm.
He said, say with a loud voice, fear God and give glory to him, for the hour
Of his judgment is come.
Watching him that made heavens and earth and the sea and the fountains of water. So Ellen G. White point about the three angels' message about the healthy reformation is the arm, the right hand of the gospel. So when the Bible says in Revelation 14, what I read, it said, fear God and give glory to him, because he made everything, he created everything, he giving us a command.
Mm-hmm.
So this is when we need to see the healthy message, the
Mhm.
dress message, so all those things, it need to be in our lifestyle,
Mm-hmm.
because this is how we're gonna be transformed
Mm-hmm.
and go to heaven. That's the only way, so on base what you
Mhm.
are telling us.
That's right. And we as Seventh-day Adventists, no other denomination should know that. Any other movement. We have to make it, it has to be clear in our hearts and our mind. Oh, okay.
I'm gonna
Well, hold on.
It just crossed my mind, and I don't know why. But when we're in heaven, these things that we're consuming, we won't consume those things. We won't eat meat, no.
If it has to die, and it does.
So those things will be, I'm not sure what I died, what it tells us, that the fruit.
It goes, from what I understand, we go back to the original diet, Genesis 1:29. Because there would be no sin. Sin came in, that's when the plants,
Yeah.
the
So-
plants came in, because before sin, the plants were given to the animals to graze upon. They didn't even eat meat. They grazed upon the herb of the field. But when sin came in, it was given to us.
So that heavenly diet is what we need to be
Mhm.
prepared for.
Right. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because he didn't even.
Oh, hold on now, y'all gotta.
It wasn't even vegetables.
Right.
So it's fruits, nuts, and grains.
Mhm. It's called fruitarian. What happened? Mike went out again?
So we use this one.
Okay. All right. So you got a closing comment?
Yeah.
Okay, let him speak in that little thing right
So
there.
it's saying in Genesis 3, after Adam and Eve, they committed sin. So the earth, it was cursed.
Mhm.
So because that reason, so now we have Satan turning this poisoning. Poisoning the earth, the herbs, the plants, all those things. So that's why we see the chocolate, the coffee, because it wasn't like that. God didn't create this poison. So
Right.
people wonder why we had coffee, why we had chocolate, why we had all those things. It's because we caused the earth when we disobey the God, the word of God.
That's
That is
when
the
the-
reason.
The noxious weeds sprung up.
Exactly, and he just
Which-
said that. He said the earth is cursed because you didn't listen the woman and
And anyone can,
appetites.
anyone can say what they want to say, as I said on live stream.
Yep.
The herb of the field was not marijuana. It's a
Exactly.
noxious weed.
Mhm.
It's not.
It's not. Yeah. That's true.
So you
That's
Yeah.
what it is.
it's a noxious weed that has people just, their minds just stripped. And it's continuing to strip them.
It's
Even the
obnoxious because when you smell it, it's obnoxious.
CBD and all this other stuff. Even, I'll say this right now, before I close in prayer. Be careful with hemp seed. What is hemp?
Hemp.
What is hemp?
It's,
Hemp seeds have THC in it. And that's something that we always, when we talk about seeds, a lot of time in our environment, we talk about the flax seed, chia seed, and hemp seed. Take out the hemp seed. Hemp seed. H-E-M-P. Hemp seed. And I'll say it. So when somebody want to call me and write on the whatever, we need not consume hemp seed. Because where does hemp originate from? We all know. Let's have a word of prayer. Father in heaven, Lord, what a glorious day you have given us. And the more, each and every day, the more we have life, the more we'll be learning. And Lord, I pray that each one here wants to learn and grow into the stature of a mature man men and women. And Lord, and this is health is one portion of it. It's one portion of it. You can't separate it out. But you have the health and you have the gospel. They go hand in hand. So Lord, please help us to understand these things. And Lord, I just want to be used as a humble servant for you today. And I pray that that hearts are receptive to receive the truth